Good evening and welcome to Superscreen News at 6, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Olamide Onka. Many thanks for joining us. The Divisional Police Officer at the National Assembly, Sulu Gambari Abdul, has blamed the April 18th invasion of the Senate by hoodlums on internal conspiracy. Abdul, who disclosed this during an investigative hearing into the incident by Joint Under Committee of the Senate and House of Representatives, said there was no communication from the Sergeant-at-Arms to the National Assembly during the invasion by thugs.
Our senators are not helping security matter here. I have a lot of occasions, a lot of problems, and they are the people that are breaching security. They will come, they say, this vehicle, this vehicle, this vehicle, this vehicle, they are going to allow them. If any policeman or any security officer make noise, there will be a lot of problems. Either they call the ID, from there they will be threatened. You will transfer it to Maiduguri. And no policeman will like, or any other security agent would like any threats whatsoever, either Maiduguri, sir, or not. Sir, security is a collective thing. We cannot protect you if you are not ready to assist us to protect you. The legislators must be ready to cooperate with the security agent, work with them, and ready to assist us to protect them.
In this reaction, Chairman of the committee, Senator Bala Ibinala, said the police should provide the committee with copies of a station diary where entry of the crime was made. He also directed that the committee should be given copies of a crime routine diary, pictures of those arrested, and the transfer register, explaining where the invaders were transferred to.
After the arrest, did you take any statement in respect of these 5 people that were arrested?
I did not.
You did not?
Yes, sir.
Were they frisked?
Yes, they were. We searched them.
And nothing was found?
We have some charm.
And documented?
Yes, documented.
Do you have a station diary in the National Assembly?
Yes, we do.
Was there any entry to that effect?
Sir, you know it was a rally session.
No.
I'm coming, sir. I'm coming, sir. I'm coming, sir. I'm coming, sir.
Yeah.
I'm coming, sir. Please, sir. It's my work.
I know.
And I must tell you this.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, if we keep them there, they may be lynched.
Yes.
And something might have happened to them.
Yeah.
Professionally,
yeah.
It is advised you move them out to a safe place, and that is exactly what I do.
So where are they now?
I transfer them to CID.
Can you oblige us now with a photocopy of the station diary entry of that day? The crime register?
No, it was not registered in the crime register. It was. We have it at the routine diary.
You said what?
We have it at the routine diary.
Routine diary. Okay, then we have a copy of the routine diary.
Yes, sir.
And then maybe that station diary will equally find the entry showing the transfer. The handing over too, we will have it. We need a copy of the crime routine diary of that day. We need the pictures of those who were captured on that particular day. We need the transfer handing over between the National Assembly Police and then the headquarters, and to whom it was handed over to.
That was the chairman of the committee, Senator Bala Ibinala, speaking there. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, has responded to the Senate resolution on his failure to appear before the upper chamber, saying he owes them no apology. Idris said he does not have to appear before the lawmakers, noting that a senior police officer of the rank of the Deputy Inspector General or an Assistant Inspector General could act on his behalf in an official capacity at any function. Idris, who disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists, gave these statements citing sections of the police laws. He explained that Senator Dino Melaye was satisfied fit to stand trial by doctors at the National Hospital before he was arraigned before the Chief Magistrate Courts in Wuse, Abuja, and Lokoja. The police described the Senate resolution against Idris as a deliberate blackmail, witch hunting with mischievous motives to hand twist the IGP to pervert the end of justice. Now, the former Inspector General of Police, Sunday Ehindero, has been rearraigned alongside a former police commissioner, John Obaniyi, on a 6-count charge for alleged fraud. The defendants were arraigned at an Akpo District High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. They were accused of misusing 578 million naira donated by the Bayelsa State government for the purchase of arms. According to the charge, the fund was diverted into separate accounts owned by the defendants, where it generated an interest of 60 million. It was also alleged that the defendants lied to officials of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Relating Offences Commission, ICPC. The defendants, however, pleaded not guilty to the charges. The National Judicial Council, NJC, has set up committees to investigate the allegations leveled against some judges by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. You will recall that the EFCC had reportedly sent petitions against some judges already facing prosecution last year. The judgment of the Court of Appeal had rendered uncertain the fate of outgoing criminal cases instituted by the EFCC and the Attorney General of the Federation's office. Petitions written against 25 judicial officers and others by the EFCC were also considered by the Council, after which it resolved to empanel 7 committees to look into the allegations. The NJC, under the chairmanship of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onogen, took the decision, among others, at its 88th meeting held on May 8 and 9, 2018. The Minister of Education, Professor Anthony Anwuka, says the Nigerian university system has failed the industries following its inability to produce graduates that meet the demands of the industry. The minister disclosed this in Abuja during a 2-day retreat organized by the National University Commission, governing councils of the Nigerian federal universities.
Speaking at the 2-day retreat organized by the National Universities Commission for Governing Councils of Nigerian Federal Universities, Minister of State for Education Professor Anthony Onwuka challenged participants to bridge the gap between Nigerian universities and the industry, while he complained that the Students' Industrial Work Experience Scheme program is no longer working due to what he called inadequate supervision. Professor Onwuka charged like minds to accept the challenge and begin to fashion out solutions. He, however, called for a reschooling project for the Nigerian students to equip them better for the labor market.
I earnestly appeal to the University Governing Councils of Federal Universities to end the relative decline in the tertiary education sector, which is unacceptable for our children, unacceptable for our democracy, and untenable for our economy. You, as chairmen and members of governing councils of federal universities, have a choice to make. The choice is whether you have the courage and political will to chart a better course for the university system to deliver on their mandates of producing quality graduates who can compete globally or not. And the decision cannot be delayed any longer. I hope no doubt that this retreat will be part of insightful discussions on the modalities we can adopt to confront the challenges of our university head-on.
On his part, Executive Secretary of NUC, Professor Abubakar Rashid, highlighted the fundamental problems facing the university systems as poor leadership, general underperformance, and inadequate teaching and learning environments.
Consequences of poor leadership and bad governance have combined to undermine the capacity of our universities to actualize their core mandates of teaching, research, and community service. Poor leadership and bad governance are constituting themselves into stumbling blocks and are making it difficult for universities to generate original knowledge, build character, drive innovation, and to contribute significantly towards the national development.
If the minister's call for 1-year reschooling is approved, it means students will now spend 6 years instead of 5 years with inclusion of NYSC. It remains to be seen whether students and academics will embrace this.
Now, the former governor of Osun State, Olagunsoye Oyinlola, has resigned as chairman of the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC. The resignation letter, dated May 9, 2018, addressed to the President Muhammadu Buhari, has been submitted to the presidency. Oyinlola said the decision to resign is to enable him pursue other political engagements outside the ruling party, and they thanked the president for the opportunity given to him to serve. The All Progressives Congress (APC) has rescheduled the Ekiti governorship primary election for the second time in 1 week. National Publicity Secretary of the party, Bolaji Abdullahi, who disclosed this in Abuja, said the new date for the primary election is Saturday, May 12, 2018, as against earlier announced Friday. He said the decision follows adequate consultation between the APC National Working Committee, aspirants, and other stakeholders of the party. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has given all political parties registered for the July 14, 2018 governorship election in Ekiti State until May 15 deadline to submit the names of their candidates and their running mates. National Organizing Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Austin Akobundu, disclosed this to journalists while handing over the nomination form to the party's governorship candidate, Professor Kolakbo Olushola, in Abuja. He said the candidate must also give the same form to his running mate, warning that both candidates must submit their forms to the National Secretariat of the party at least on Monday. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress has reaffirmed Friday as a date for the election, which has been later changed. Justice Joyce Abdul-Malik of the Federal High Court Ibadan has dismissed a suit challenging the conduct of the Oyo State local government election on Saturday. Report says the suit was instituted by some aggrieved members of the All Progressive Congress (APC) in Ibarakpa East local government area of the state. Justice Abu Malik, in his ruling, held that the Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission is duly constituted to conduct the election based on the powers given to it. He also said the act of delineation carried out by the Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission, which is the second defendant in the case, is duly backed by the law. You're watching Superscreen News at 6, broadcasting to you from Lagos. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take some business news. Stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice. At least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Welcome back, and this is Superscreen News at 6. And now for some business stories. The Joint Senate and House of Representatives Committee on Appropriation have not laid their report regarding the 2018 appropriation bill before the House. Senate also cancelled Thursday's plenary to allow members of the All Progressives Congress prepare for the local government congress of the party, which will hold on Saturday. You will recall that the Senate President, Bukola Saraki, along with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, on Monday, after meeting with the President, Muhammadu Buhari, said the report would be laid this week, while the passage of the budget would be done by next week. The House of Representatives had defended the National Assembly's failure to pass the 2018 appropriation on Thursday as earlier planned, stating that some details of the 8.612 billion naira budget had yet to be fine-tuned by the Joint Committee on Appropriations. The Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has announced that Mile 12, K2 and other adjunct markets will be relocated in December 2018. The governor announced the date while inspecting the Immortalite Industrial Park in Ikorodu local government area and other ongoing projects within the axis. Ambode, who told journalists that the move is aimed at reducing stress often encountered by the traders transporting their wares into the metropolis from the market, also hinted that the 32 metric tons rice mill aimed at boosting food security in southwestern states would be completed by February 2018. The governor said the new location, named Timberville, will be conducive and better than the present location, which facilitates the growth and advancement of their businesses. The Edo Civil Society Organization, CSO, has identified land grabbing as a serious problem affecting local farmers. The group therefore charged government at all levels to set up continuous town hall resolution mechanisms to promote government and community interface across the boards. Executive Director of Environmental Rights Action ERA, Godwin Uyiojo, said the rising prices compound the fulfillment of sustainable development. The director also urged the group to hold liable the heads of their communities to account for the expedient of the resources accruals to the communities.
Communities that Okomu came to meet, they now give permission to the original owners of communities to enter, to come out. Once it is 6 p.m., you are locked inside. Man was born free, but wherever man wants to go, Okomu say no. These rights are God-given. I don't want to stir you to anger, but the truth remains the truth. That's number one. That's why they are right. God gave us these rights.
Reacting, resource persons Austin Osakwe and Aigbohon Press focused on enhancing community rights and strategies of advocacy, and you know you're right.
Because with all their machine gun, if they kill somebody, you won't see it, and they throw it to the river, you will never see that person again. So to me, those people living there, I praise them.
How do community benefit from such an economic exploitation, either by government or by multinationals? When I was going to the forest law, I saw a leaflet there. They have what we call Forest Protection Fund. They also have what we call Forest Reserve Fund. I'm looking very closely at it. They said that Forest Reserve Fund, money deduced as source from sale of forest produce and its components. For you to preserve that forest, you get money from source. And for Forest Protection Fund, they get 1,500 per lorry load of sown timbers. That means communities that have forests in them are entitled to some what? Protection.
Nigeria's excess oil revenue has risen to 22.4 billion naira daily following sudden rise in the prices of crude from $67 to $77 per barrel in the international market. The rise in oil prices is partly attributed to American President Donald Trump's decision to reimpose economic sanctions on Iran and the continued output cut by the members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. The current oil market situation is expected to impact positively on the nation's 2018 budget, with the nation's 8.612 trillion naira appropriations benchmarked on $45 per barrel and the production of 2.3 million per barrels. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take some news from the foreign scene and some sports stories. Stay with us.